You know this feeling. You hold on to something for too long. Maybe it is an old idea, maybe it is an old way of doing things. You know deep inside it does not work anymore, but you still keep it. We all do this. We stay in a job we do not love. We keep a phone without updates. We trust our first thought, even when it is wrong. And later, we ask ourselves, why did I not stop and think again? This is not just you. This is human. People all around the world do the same. Firefighters in the forest once held on to their heavy tools instead of dropping them to run. Some lost their lives because of that choice. A big company like Kodak kept film when the world was moving to digital. They were once leaders, but they fell. The cost of not thinking again is always high. I want to ask you, are you okay today? Did you drink enough water? Take a small sip if you did not. While you do that, tell me where you are from. Just write the first letter of your country in the comments. I want to see where my friends are listening from. Stay with me. In this video, I promise you something simple and powerful. You will learn how to think again. You will see mistakes as chances. You will not feel weak when you change your mind. You will feel strong. You will grow. If you stay to the end, your English will grow too, and your life will get better every day. Sometimes we act like a preacher. We hold a belief so tight that we cannot let go. A parent may say, "You must study medicine to have success." It feels like love, but it also closes many doors. Other times, we play the role of a lawyer. We look for mistakes in others. Two friends fight over who is better, Messi or Ronaldo, and each one brings proof. They think they win, but they learn nothing new. Then there is the politician side. We nod and smile at the boss, not because we agree, but because we want to stay safe. It makes the room quiet, but also stops real ideas. You can bring this mode into your daily life. Write down the moments you feel 100% sure. Later check if it still feels true. In a talk with a friend, try saying, "What if I'm wrong?" It softens the air. At work, make 3 guesses for one problem instead of one strong answer. Test them one by one. Your brain learns faster when it has more doors open. Start small. Next time you cook, change one step. Taste and write what is new. On your way to work, take a different street once in a while. Compare. In family talks, turn rules into short tests. Say, "Let's try this new study plan for 3 days and see what happens." When you act like a scientist, you don't fight to be right. You search to learn. This makes your English better too. Each new word is a test. Each mistake is not a fail, but proof you are growing. With this mindset, life feels lighter. You stop fearing change. You start to welcome it. That is the real win. We all know people who talk like they know everything. They sit on the couch, watch football, and shout at the screen. They say what the players should do, but in truth, they never played on the field. This is what some call the armchair quarterback. They sound so sure, but their knowledge is small. The danger is that we may act the same in our own life, loud in talk, weak in skill. On the other side, there are people who are strong but they hide it. A student who always gets the best grades may sit silent in class. She is afraid to speak even when she knows the answer. This is the imposter feeling you are good, but you doubt yourself. Both sides are traps. Too much pride makes us blind. Too much fear makes us quiet. What we need is the balance, confidence with humility. Think of Albert Einstein. The world called him a genius. Yet he said, "I have no special talent. I am only curious." He knew his strength, but he also knew his limits. This is the golden point. Believe in yourself, but still leave space for learning. When you hold this balance, you can walk steady on any road. Let me share a small tool. Take a paper and draw 2 lines. On one side, write what you are good at. On the other, write what you still don't know. This list keeps you honest. Before you make a choice, ask yourself, what have I not thought of yet? Sometimes the best door is the one you did not see before. Ask a trusted friend for feedback too. One outside eye can show what you miss. Even great leaders use this method. Think of Jeff Bezos. Before Amazon made a big move, he would ask his team, "What is the part we may be wrong about?" This question saved them many times. It turned doubt into growth. You can do the same in small ways each day. At work, at home, even when learning English. Write the new words you know, then write the words you don't. Ask for feedback. Repeat with a humble heart. Are you feeling okay right now? Maybe your body is asking for water. If yes, please stand and drink 1 glass. And if you want to listen to this lesson again later, just press Save Now. That way, you can come back anytime and the words will go deeper each round. This mix of strength and humility will guide you far. You don't need to shout to prove yourself. You don't need to hide when you are good. You can be both bold and kind. When you speak with balance, people listen. When you live with balance, you keep learning. And every new lesson becomes part of who you are. When we hold that calm mix of strength and humility, something sweet can happen next. We stop fearing the word wrong. We start to see it as a light on the road. It shows us where to step next, not where to stop. In the book, this is a key shift. A mistake is not a disaster. A mistake is a teacher. Think of Thomas Edison in his small lab. He tried and tried. Many times the light bulb did not work. People laughed. He kept notes. He changed one small thing, then another. He did not call himself a failure. He called each try one more way that does not work. That simple line turns pain into power. You have felt this in your own life. You fail one test. It hurts. But now you know one plan that does not help you. You can sleep a bit earlier. You can make a small study card. You can ask one clear question in class. Your mind learns faster when you do not fight the truth. Michael Jordan missed many shots. He lost games. He still became great. Why? He took each miss as data. He fixed his feet. He fixed his breath. He kept going. You can do the same in simple English story learning too. Miss a word? Good. Now you know which word needs more time. Say it slow. Say it again. Smile. Move on. Here is a tiny habit you can start today. At night, write one line, my mistake today, and one more line, my lesson today. Keep the lines short, one sentence each. After 7 days, read them. You will see patterns. Maybe you rush. Maybe you guess. Now, you can make one small change that fits the pattern. Another habit helps your heart. Separate yourself from your idea. You are not your last choice. You are a person who can learn. When someone says, that plan did not work, hear, that plan not you. Use this short reply, thanks, that helps. It sounds simple. It also frees your brain to try again. Make a safe space for errors with your team or family. Try a 5-minute share one missed time each week. Say one thing you tried that did not work and one thing you learned. Keep voices soft. Keep faces kind. This takes fear out of the room. New ideas will show up more. Set a calendar note for 6 months from now. On that day, look at one belief you hold today. Ask, is this still true? If yes, great. If not, update it. Growth is not a one-time event. It is a steady tune. When you catch yourself being wrong, do a tiny cheer. Snap your fingers. Say good catch. It trains your brain to like learning. You will feel lighter. You will try more. You will get better at work, at home, and in English too. If you listen to this audiobook summary and book summary in English again and again, each small wrong will turn into a step up. This is English for beginners. At its best, gentle practice, honest notes, and a brave smile when things don't work yet. Keep that smile. The next step is already easier. When we allow ourselves to cheer for mistakes, the next natural step is to see how we deal with conflict, because often the fear of being wrong shows up strongest when we face another person. A small talk about food can turn into a fight if we let the ego lead. Say you and your friend talk about lunch. If you point and say, you are wrong, pho is better than bun, the fight starts. But if you smile and ask, what do you feel like eating today? The heat is gone. The same food, the same people, yet the question makes all the difference. Great minds knew this. Steve Jobs was known for his hard talks with his team. He pushed he argued. But the goal was never, I win, you lose. The goal was, let the best idea win. That is the art of the good fight. When you fight for the idea, not for the ego, your mind grows faster. The air becomes clear. New thoughts show up that no one could see alone. Here is a simple shift you can use in your next talk. Start with, I may be wrong. This one line opens the door. It tells the other person, we are here to learn, not to fight. After that, ask instead of attack. Replace, that's stupid, with what makes you think so. Your words can either shut the door or keep it open. It also helps to set a rule in your home or team. Say out loud, we attack ideas, not people. This rule makes it safe for everyone. You can say that plan may not work without making the person feel small. Once the ego is safe, the brain can focus on the idea. Feedback stops being sharp and starts being light. Think of debate as a lab. In a lab, you test ideas. You heat them, cool them, watch the results. No one shouts at the test tube. You don't call it names. You just note the outcome and try again. A debate works the same. Each view is a test. The test gives you data. With enough data, truth becomes clear. You can try this with family. Next time, there is a choice. Movie night, dinner, even chores set the rule. Say, let's give reasons, not blame. If someone says, I don't like that film, ask, what do you like instead? You will be surprised. The fight turns into fun. You may end up laughing at how much sense it makes. Feedback is not a one-time thing. Make it normal. Ask often, what do you see that I don't? This shows trust. It also makes people trust you back. The flow of ideas grows strong when no one fears the next word. Right now, I want to know you are still here with me. If you are, think of the person who means the most to you. Just write the first letter of their name in the comments. This is not random. It is a way to remind your heart the fight is never with them. The fight is for the ideas that help both of you live better. This is how English for beginners becomes more than words. It is simple English story learning wrapped in daily life. When you practice in talks, in fights, in love, your English grows, your mind grows, and your heart stays soft. That is the good fight. Sometimes the hardest fight is not with a stranger, but with the story inside our own mind. We think one team, one group, or one person is bad, and we hold that view tight. But then, one small fact can change it. Imagine you hate a soccer team. Later, you learn one of their players gave money to help sick kids. Your anger softens. Same jersey, but now the story in your head is not as hard. Or you think your neighbor is cold and rude. Then you see he takes care of stray cats every night. Your view bends. This is what Adam Grant calls thinking of what else could be true. Mandela is the clearest light for this lesson. After 27 years in prison, he chose not to hate the people who locked him up. He forgave them, not because they were right, but because he wanted a future where his country could live as one. If he could do that, after so much pain, we can try in small daily ways. So, how do we start? First, when you feel dislike, stop and ask, if I grew up in their town with their school and their news, what would I think? This is not about saying they are right. It is about seeing how chance shapes us. Much of what we believe comes from where we were born, not from deep thought. Seeing this can lower our anger and open our ears. Next, change what you feed your mind. Read one piece of news each week from the other side. Not to agree, but to ask, what do they fear? What do they hope for? You may still keep your view, but you will hold it with more care. Also, move outside your circle. Join a group that is not your group. If you work in tech, talk to a nurse. If you are young, talk to a senior. Ask for one story from their day. Stories make faces real. And when a face is real, hate has less air to breathe. At home, practice with small steps. At dinner, try to say one kind line before you say your view. Like, I see why you care about that. It is simple, but it keeps the door open. With time, it trains your voice to stay calm, even when things heat up, and watch your feeds. If all you see is one kind of post, you live in an echo room. Add a few voices that push back with good faith. Block the loud ones who just want clicks. Your brain is like a garden. You pick what grows. This is English for beginners, but it is also a life skill. It is a simple English story and a book summary in English, yet it can change how we live. When you listen to another side, you do not lose yourself. You gain tools to see the world with more care, and little by little, the people you once saw as foes can start to look like neighbors. When that happens, life feels lighter and you breathe with more ease. When you let go of hard bias, the next step is simple but deep. It is not about speaking more. It is about listening better. Not listening like a judge who waits to reply, but listening like a friend who cares. Think of a doctor with a patient. The doctor does not shout, "Stop smoking now." Instead, the doctor asks, "How does smoking touch your kid's health?" That one soft line makes the patient think, not fight. Parents can use the same touch. Instead of saying study, or else they ask, "If you don't study, what do you hope will happen?" The child pauses. They think. They speak. This is the start of change from inside, and that change lasts longer than fear. Oprah Winfrey made her life on this gift. She sat with guests, looked in their eyes, and stayed quiet. People felt safe. They shared the truth. Her power was not in talking. It was in hearing. You can try it too. Begin with open doors. Ask open questions. Not, do you like this? But, what do you feel about this? When you ask, don't rush. Keep your mouth closed a bit longer. Let the silence be soft. The answer will come. When they speak, stay with their words. Don't cut, don't fix, just hold the space. And when they give you change talk, the moment they say they want better, you give it air, a small nod, a kind tone, and they hear their own hope louder. Your tone matters. Speak like warm tea, not like fire. People move when they feel free, not forced. And show you care by keeping a note of what they said. When they see you, remember their heart trusts. Even in daily life, try it with a friend. Ask, how do you feel when this happens? Write one line of their answer in your phone. Next week, ask again. Show them the note. Watch how their eyes light up. I want to pause with you here. Are you tired right now? Drop your shoulders. Let your arms hang loose. Take 3 deep breaths, in and out. Feel your chest calm down. And if this talk feels close to your heart, type the first letter of your city below. It will remind you that your voice matters here. This is how listening turns into healing. When you listen like a friend, you are not pushing. You are holding space for growth. And the most strong change is the one that comes from inside, not outside. Step by step, you can practice it at home, at work, in every talk. And in time, you will see people bloom, not because you forced them, but because you heard them. Some things are not just one or the other. Weather is not only hot or cold. Some days are cool or a bit warm with wind. People are not only good or bad. We are kind at noon and short at night. We change with sleep, stress, food, and time. When we forget this, we fall into a trap. We split the world into 2 boxes. We miss the real picture. Many wise people used this way. Abraham Lincoln said he learned from his foes. He looked for facts even when they came from a rival. He held strong values, but he did not shut his ears. That is not weak. That is adult thought. It saves time, money, and hearts. You can try this at home today. Switch a hard word with a soft one. Instead of always or never, say sometimes or it depends. These small words open windows. They tell your brain there may be more than one true thing here. Your stress drops. Your mind can breathe. Admit what you do not know yet. It is not shame. It is smart. Try this line when a choice is hot. I'm not sure yet. I want 3 views first. Ask 3 people who see the world in 3 ways. A nurse, a neighbor, a teen. Listen. Write 1 short point from each. Now make your call. The call will be better because you held more light on it. Do not push people to pick teams when a team is not needed. At work, Some say, "You are with my plan or against me." Smile and say, "I'm with the best plan for the goal." Keep the goal in sight. Let ideas race, not people. If a talk gets sharp, add one bridge line. I see a part of truth in what you said. It calms the room. It keeps the door open for the next point. See if you can enjoy the mess of life. Not all mess is bad. Some mess is rich detail. It is real life with many parts. When you accept, this learning feels light. You do not need to win each talk. You just need to learn enough to act with care. This is the heart of English for beginners, and every simple English story we share here small, clear words for a rich, complex world. If this audiobook summary and book summary in English help you see more shades, keep a daily note. Write one place where you found a third way. After a week, read the list. You will feel more calm, more kind, and more right on target because you chose truth over a quick split. Children are born with a gift. They ask questions all the time. Why is the sky blue? Why does it rain? They do not stop until they hear something that makes sense. Somewhere on the way to being an adult, many of us lose this habit. We start to fear that a question makes us look weak. But the truth is the opposite. To ask is to grow. Think of Socrates. He did not stand in front of people to give answers. He asked so many questions that people had to think for themselves. That is why his students remembered the lessons forever. It was not about memory. It was about awakening the mind. When you read a book in school, the old way was to answer, "Is this law true or false?" But the real key is to ask, when does this law not work? What is the exception? A small shift in words changes the brain from passive to active. Try this right now. Pick any rule you know and ask, when would this rule fail? Your brain starts to scan, to search, to learn. Everyday life is full of doors for this habit. At work, instead of asking, "What should I do?" you can ask, "What problem are we really trying to solve here?" At home, when your child asks, "Why can't I eat ice cream before dinner?" it can lead to a talk on health and energy. And when you face yourself, instead of, "Why am I not good at this?" ask, "How can I practice in a smarter way?" The second question makes you move forward. The first one makes you stop. There is also power in writing one question each day. One simple line in a notebook. Why do I feel tired today? Or, what did I miss in that talk? After 1 month, you will have 30 doors to walk through. Some will stay closed, but some will open to life-changing insight. And please remember, a safe space makes better questions. If you are a teacher or even a parent, let others know it is fine to be wrong. Share the times you were wrong too. When children see that adults can admit mistakes, they grow brave enough to ask. Even great inventors live by questions. Thomas Edison asked, "What other material can I try for the light bulb?" He failed more than 1,000 times, but each failure was only another answer to his question, and each answer moved him closer to light. Before we go on, let me ask you something simple. How long have you been sitting now? If it has been more than half an hour, please stand, stretch your arms, and move your legs a little. Your body also learns better when blood is flowing. Take this moment as your own tiny reset. The habit of asking is the habit of breathing new air into your mind. It is the way to move from being a follower to being a creator. Do not fear the small why or what if. These are the seeds. Over time, they can grow into wisdom that no book alone can give you. Many groups stop growing because they say, "We always do it this way." That one line has killed giants like Nokia and Blockbuster. Even small shops that refused to sell online had to close their doors. The world changes, and only teams that learn keep moving forward. Real leaders build a culture of learning, not fear. Elon Musk often says it is better to try fast, fail fast, and learn fast. You do not need rockets to do this. Start with a short feedback talk in your team. Ask simple things. What should we stop? What should we start? Write it down. Pick one change. Try it for a week. Come back. Share what worked and what did not. This is how trust grows. Praise new ideas even when they fail. A clap, a kind word, or a smile tells people it is safe to try. And if you are the boss, admit your own mistakes first. Say, "I was wrong on this call. Here's what I learned." Your team will follow. The rule is clear. We do not punish mistakes. We only act if someone hides them. Keep tests small. A cafe can test one new drink for 3 days. A shop can try 2 signs and see which one brings more buyers. The lesson is in the try, not just in the win. Even at home, you can do this. A quick Sunday family check where each person says one thing to stop, one to start, and one to keep. No blame, only learning. Take a short break now. Roll your shoulders. Stand up if you have been sitting too long. A clear body makes space for a clear mind. If you replay this simple English story again, you'll not only improve your English for beginners, but also train your mind to live in a culture that learns. Sometimes we walk on one road for so long that we forget to look left or right. It feels safe to stay on the same track, but this is also how we can lose our true self. Many people keep a job they do not love only because they started with it years ago, like someone who studies accounting while their real dream is to sing. They wake up every day with no fire inside. That is called tunnel vision, when you only see one path and think it is the only choice. Julia Child, one of the most famous chefs in the world, did not even touch cooking school until she was 40. Before that, she worked in an office job with no clear passion. When she gave herself permission to try something new, her whole life changed. This shows us it is never too late to rethink your plan. One way to do this is to give yourself a checkpoint. Once a year, sit down and ask, if I start again today, would I choose the same road? Write down your answer. Write down your goals again, not the ones from years ago, but the ones that match your heart now. Try one small new thing. Take a class, join a group, test a skill. Even if it feels small, it can open a door. Share your ideas with a friend and ask for feedback. Sometimes one outside voice helps us see what we could not see alone. And do not be scared to leave an old road if it no longer fits you. Life is not about staying stuck. Life is about moving closer to the person you want to become. Take a deep breath right now. Feel your chest rise. That simple act is proof you are alive. You still have choice. To make it real, type in the comments the first letter of the country you dream to visit. Let your fingers write it, and let your mind believe that change is still open for you. Every small step you take today is a seed for tomorrow. When you pause and think again, you give your mind the chance to grow strong, just like muscles get stronger when you train them again and again. Your brain is the same. Each repeat makes English feel more natural, more simple, like breathing. Scientists show this clearly. Vygotsky said, "We turn language into a skill through practice." Baddeley and Hitch showed listening many times moves words from short memory to long memory. And teachers around the world agree, when you shadow, when you listen again, your fluency rises. So let's make it part of life. Just like drinking a glass of water each morning, listen to one short English story each day. When you walk, when you cook, or before you sleep, let the words flow into your ears. These little acts are like vitamins for your brain. They keep your mind fresh and healthy, and they make English stay with you forever. Picture this. Tomorrow, you whisper to yourself, "Maybe I should think again." You replay this story. Your mouth moves with the words. Day by day, English starts to live inside you. Not heavy, not forced. It becomes your own voice. And here is the gift. Every time you rethink, every time you listen again, you are not only learning English for beginners, you are also building a sharper mind. You grow step by step into the best version of yourself. Thank you for being here with me. Come back, listen again, and let's keep walking this calm path together. I'll be here waiting for you. This is English Calm, a channel built with care. Comment your country or just the first letter. We truly value every word. Thank you for being here. See you in the next story.